It seems the rumor mill in NFL circles has gone into overdrive this week, with whispers swirling about a major QB shuffle. Everyone's talking about Joe Milton currently backing up in Dallas as the most intriguing name potentially headed for Pittsburgh. The rumor has that Steelers brass has been quietly scouting depth in Milton's rocket arm and athletic upside have supposedly caught their eye. Now nothing is official, of course, but insiders and analysts alike are buzzing with the possibility that the Cowboys could include Milton in a package deal, or that Pittsburgh might make a low-risk claim if he's made available. These kinds of whispers can often fizzle out, but the current chatter seems louder than vintage training camp speculation. Word is that scouts have been reviewing tape breaking down Milton's mechanics and decision-making in new light. The Steelers staff has historically been sharp at identifying hidden gems, and all signs, rumors, gossip, and unconfirmed leaks point toward a sincere interest. Is this all smoke, or is there actually fire with the NFL offseason heating up? This rumor feels less like fleeting talk and more like the opening notes of a deeper story yet to unfold. Word around the league is that Pittsburgh might be preparing for life after Kenny Pickett. Despite his potential, Pickett has yet to cement himself as the franchise quarterback Pittsburgh craves, and many believe the Steelers want to hedge their bets by bringing in a high-potential arm to groom behind the scenes. Enter Joe Milton, whose college career flashed both promise and inconsistency, yet dazzled with raw talent at Tennessee and Michigan roles. The speculation is that Pittsburgh's quarterback room doesn't just want insurance, they want upside. Milton, known for his uncommon arm strength and athletic tools, is reportedly emerging as an ideal candidate to develop in the Steelers system. The rumor suggests internal conversations inside the Steelers building have already begun referring to Milton not as a stopgap but as part of a longer-term plan. Of course, Dallas isn't likely just to hand him over, but rumors indicate possibilities. A trade package pegged around draft picks or a swap that includes a veteran backup. This rumor, if true, could signal a seismic shifting of quarterback strategies. The question remains, is Pittsburgh serious about Milton, or is this simply league rumor? Echoing on social media threads, the speculation deepens. When you consider Joe Milton's current status in Dallas, he's been hidden in the shadows behind Dak Prescott with limited reps, but big arm flashes in practice clips. What if Dallas sees Milton as expendable, especially now that they drafted a high-profile quarterback in the recent draft? Rumors have it that the Cowboys are feeling good about that rookie's projection and might be open to capitalizing by flipping Milton for assets. Word is multiple teams have shown interest, but if the Steelers really want him, they could swoop in. That internal buzz suggests Pittsburgh might be prepared to pivot aggressively. On locker room audio leaks, teammates reportedly describe him as a freak athlete and one of the strongest arms in camp, even if consistency needs work. It's the kind of gossip that snowballs quickly. Think draft day murmurs morphing into trade talks. And Pittsburgh, notorious for shrewd moves and scouting prowess, feels like a plausible destination if the Cowboys are indeed ready to move on. The idea itself has that cinematic quality, a gamble on upside quarterback traded to a team with deep offensive tradition. It could be the next big twist in this quarterback saga. Now insiders whisper that Steelers offensive staffers might already have development plans drawn up, envisioning Milton as a blend between Mitch Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes, a raw arm refined over time. Of course, that comparison is speculative hype, but that's exactly the kind of optimistic whisper you hear in this kind of rumor mill. The story allegedly goes that Pittsburgh has identified specific drills, tailored mechanics, sessions, and even architected practice squad reps geared just for Milton. Apparently, the scouts met with agents behind closed doors, outlining a photo op of joint workouts and meetings. The narrative being floated is that this isn't a blind reach, rather this is a calculated developmental bet to groom Milton under veteran tutelage. He'd learn the Steelers system, maybe sit behind Pickett or a veteran bridge, and slowly grow into a true successor. Rumor has it that Pittsburgh wants to give him time to harness his footwork, improve his reads, and fine-tune arm placement, all things that scouts believe he can accomplish. Of course, talk is cheap and plans often change, but the image being sold is clear. Steelers leadership might have a blueprint to transform Milton into something more than just a backup. Across social media, speculation is building momentum. Fan accounts, YouTube breakdown channels, and NFL Twitter insiders are piecing together narrative threads. One prominent account recently tweeted, "Sources say the Steelers are the only team calling about Milton and aren't on the backup QB market." Another popular YouTuber chimed in with a deep tonal voice clip, speculating Pittsburgh could be crafting a QB armory next year with this move. Hashtags like hashtag Milton to Steelers and hashtag Steeler Nation are popping up, swirling in digital airwaves like wildfire. It's that kind of viral rumor energy where every retweet or share multiplies the chatter. Rumor amplification works like this: a whisper gets amplified into debate, picked up by podcasts, then anchors reference it, and the rumor becomes part of the football conversation, whether based on factual discussions or speculative fan logic. That kind of buzz fuels mainstream coverage. And when the Steelers are involved, especially on offense, the rumor tends to stick around longer. The current digital noise suggests this isn't just idle chatter, something is happening behind the scenes, even if it's only preliminary exploration. NFL insiders caution that negotiating a quarterback trade involves more layers than just talent and hype. In Milton's case, the draft capital required the Cowboys' leverage and Pittsburgh's willingness to part with assets all factor into the rumor. Several scouts suggest that Dallas would likely expect at least a fifth-round pick in return, or possibly a swap of late picks to make the move worthwhile. Rumor has it that Pittsburgh's front office is weighing whether providing that value is justified for a developmental play. If the rumors are accurate, the Steelers could draft another QB in the mid-rounds and still use Milton as a training camp competitor. That layered strategic approach makes sense in Pittsburgh's tradition, balancing young upside with draft capital and not overspending on unproven quarterbacks. Yet the rumor also suggests conversations could involve veteran depth options to sweeten the deal. Dallas might push for a known backup in return. That kind of packaging we're hearing could drive negotiations deeper and set the stage for something more complex than a simple pick for player trade. Another rumor bubble emerges from sources claiming Pittsburgh's brass is feeling the urgency to refresh the offense under coach Mike Tomlin. The team's offensive identity has felt somewhat stagnant lately, and injecting a big-arm prospect like Milton could create excitement, competition, and new dynamic elements in practice. Whispered chatter suggests that during internal meetings, coaches have referenced a spark that Milton might bring, like a grenade thrown into the quarterback room. They reportedly see him as a catalyst to push existing QBs off their comfort zones. Rumors even portray an image of locker room competition intensifying, extra reps being earned, and veteran quarterbacks stepping up to mentor or compete harder. While we don't know if these meetings actually took place, that vision aligns with Pittsburgh's culture of competition. The strategic narrative being spun is that this would be a low-risk, high-reward acquisition, and rumor has it that's exactly what Pittsburgh craves to keep things fresh. If these whispers translate into action, what once was idle talk becomes an offensive shakeup story in the making. Interestingly, rumor hotspots in media circles have pointed to potential resistance within the Cowboys organization. Sources close to Dallas insiders apparently question whether the Cowboys really want to part with Milton's upside just yet. With his physical tools, some coaches reportedly believe he could develop into a starter or valuable trade asset down the line. Those same leaks allegedly suggest that Dallas might only entertain offers that include significant draft compensation or a package of picks plus a veteran QB with starting credentials. The rumblings say that Dallas sees Milton as a long game player, not a quick flip. But if the Steelers are really serious, they may need to escalate their offering. That push and pull scenario is exactly the kind of tug-of-war NFL rumor thrives on: draft picks, player inclusion, dollar value, and timing. Some insiders even suggest Dallas might pull Milton off the trade block if offers don't meet their price. It's this war of internal motivation, Steelers' desire for spark versus Colts' sick Cowboys' protectiveness of talent, that gives the rumor its drama and weight, fueling speculation even further. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumor narratives also point to timing as a crucial piece. NFL calendar milestones, donor camps, trade deadlines, and training camp cuts could frame when such a deal might occur.